Know that people have been listening in Latvia, in USA, in India. So, a very warm welcome to all of you for this presentation on compatible food as per Ayurveda and its relevance today. And at the outset, let me thank Dr. Srinivas Rao, who has been kind enough to give me this opportunity, and India Home, and everybody present who shall be giving me a patient listening and have important questions. And I would like to convey my thanks to University of Latvia for having me here as a visiting professor, and Ministry of Ayush for having deputed me to spread the knowledge of Ayurveda. And we need to think about the first uh, ideal that Ayurveda speaks about, like Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Let the whole globe be uh, happy, peaceful, and let everybody be healthy. Too big an ideal, but too relevant today. So let us hope everybody is healthy in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually, geopolitically, in every way, they are very healthy. Then we need to move on to the topic of the day. Before that, I would like to state in one slide what is Ayurveda. Ayurveda is personalized and precision medicine. It depends on age, infants, babies, adults, aged, um, special conditions. So you have geographical variation, desert, grassland, where you live, and occupational levels of stress. What occupation could give you a free life, a stress-free life, or what occupation could give you a lot of stress? This has also been elaborated uh, in Ayurveda. Then the ethnic biodiversity, we have people from all over the world with different ethnicity. Then physical features again matches the mental maturity. We have cultural differences, we have religious differences, political differences. Food habits could be totally different, and physical endurance like stamina, immunity, uh, so on and so forth. Patient, medications, environment, everything seems to be understood based on Panchabhautika principles. So individual is unique in many million ways. Let us understand more about all that. Types of medicine. The whole world is made up of medicine or that which is not medicine. So Beshaja is that which promotes health and does not cause any problems. It develops longevity and immortality.
Dr. Rao stopped.
Hello. I'll stop sharing and share again.
that has been described, that has been taught to us to develop good immunity. The 6 days that uh, most Indians eat every day depends on what you eat: sweet, sour, salt, pungent, bitter, astringent, so on. We need to add moderate spice to live well. So, consuming all this in a perfect proportion is advised. Then we go to New York, wherein hundreds of years ago, Charaka Club was uh, created by right-thinking doctors in USA, and now it has finished 100 years. Today, New York has mm, 210 hospitals with 64,000 odd beds. So it has multi-specialization, allergy, immunology, cardiology. You have a huge list of the specialization and super specialization. So here we get a very big, very important question: which came first? Whether the hospitals came first or the patients came first? Whether patients created hospitals or hospital created patients? Ayurveda had temporary hospitals, like for in battlefields, in for delivery, for special conditions, for and it was not a permanent structure, because it was not the intention of people welcoming people to be sick. People need to be healthy, so there was no need for building multi-speciality hospitals. Can we go back? Ahara is food, that which is beneficial to develop varna, color, complexion, bala, stamina, and that which is going to bestow health, that which repairs, that which uh, stabilizes, that which also helps in uh, destruction of unwanted cells. So it is Panchabhotika. Food, medicines, environment, everything is made up of the Panchamahabhuta, the fundamental particles of life itself. So we know by epigenetics that what your grandparents ate, and what you eat is going to impact the children of the future. Ayurveda and the Vedic knowledge speaks about Annam Brahma. So it is the divinity that we see in food, presence of Godhead in food. So Ahara Deva Prasadascha, what it bestows. And Hippocrates also says, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. But we need to understand what is food that can be medicine. If we have perfect diet, patya is that which is beneficial, then we don't need to have medicines. But if we have medicines and we don't follow diet, then medicine is also of no use. So it creates happiness. When you take food, it creates satisfaction, health. Every cell is created, every cell is going to be then stabilizing aging. So create. The Brahma is going to create, and maintenance is done by Vishnu. Cell maintenance, sleep, happiness, all systems, repairs, everything, stabilizing aging. Then comes destruction. What cells need to be destroyed? Every time we know that new cells come up, and that is very important for moving towards a peaceful death. Then we have this very important question: can same food be given to all? Like we have an elephant, we have a monkey, we have a dog, we have a fish. Can all people have the same type of food? Like, can same food be given to people living in different parts of the world? So, same diabetic drug given globally. Is it scientific? It's a time that we ask questions. So, food should be fresh, made happily, made with a very good intention of love and care, and that is what is needed to be understood today. Non-compatible food is known as viruddha ahara. That which is not good, that which is not compatible to your cells is what we have to really dwell into it and then see what can be done. Hita and ahita ahara. Hita ahara is that which is good for tasting, that which is good for the body to create, to build everything. And ahita ahara, that which is not good, it is not good for the physical, mental, and spiritual well being. So it could cause allergies, hypersensitivity, food reactions, food to food reactions, and food poisoning. It could be acute or it could be chronic. It should be slow. It could be uh, slow poison. One man's food might be poison to other. People could be eating a lot of mushroom in some parts of the world, but until you know what is good mushroom, what is non-poisonous mushroom, you could not be eating it. We have uh, non-compatibility based on many factors, like what country, what food habits, what everything. Viruddha ahara is very important because ahara builds generations. What you eat is going to be carried on. Watch your food, the quantity and the quality. Food combinations, food and drug interactions, what you eat matters most. Thoughts during eating, company during eating, rules and regulations during preparing meals and serving meals. Why do we prefer food we relished during our childhood? What your grandparents ate. So what you eat is going to impact your grandkids. So eat right, think straight. What is the food that is right? An elephant which has been eating vegetarian all its life, even if it's given meat, does it change over its food habits? It doesn't. So a lion is a lion and an elephant is an elephant. So here we have the concept of satmya, what the elephant has been eating all its life. And Oka Satmya is how slowly human beings could change food habits. Coming back to New York, you have seen all this food, strawberry cheesecake, pizza, lobsters, corned beef. You have a lot of things that you are very familiar with, and it is New York. New York leads in many ways. New York could be leading in food, it could be leading in science, it could be leading in multiple ways. So here is the right time to say what Ayurveda can offer. Everybody asks this question like, I want to have tea, but I don't want to have sugar. So can I add honey? So honey changes its chemical composition, the molecular structure is changed, and honey in Ayurveda has huge impact. Ayurvedo Amrutanam. Among all nectars, Ayurveda is the best. When human beings were made, uh, like when you buy a new vehicle, you're given a uh, booklet as to how you should take care of the uh, vehicle. Similarly, when human beings were sent to earth, Ayurveda was given as a user's manual. So honey here is Nitya Rasayana. You should consume ghee, honey, milk. These are some big list as to what you could eat every day to maintain good health. But everywhere, honey, heated honey or freezed honey is advised against. Heated honey is not for assimilation. It could be toxic. It should be used only for detoxification, wherein it is thrown out immediately. When honey is heated to a certain degree, a Maillard reaction, browning reaction happens. Time-tested truth is depicted in Ayurveda. So it could not be like immediately you would not be able to see an effect, but in the long run, you see that it has an effect. It should not be, it is known to be producing 5-hydromethyl when honey is heated. Sugars, when they are heated, it could change. So Ayurveda has been since centuries giving honey to neonates, which is taboo in many countries because it can be having um, poisonous microbes. So, but it is not genetically modified honey. It is pure honey that has not been genetically modified in India, and we have been giving it to kids. We have been using it extensively, but though it is nectar, it has to have a dosage fixation. It need not be given in huge quantity. 2 to 4 spoons should be the maximum that honey can be given to individuals, because too much of honey can also be detrimental. Food for all. So what you have been used to all your life, you have been in South India, you will be eating South Indian food. If you are in Orissa, you will be eating Orissa food. So that is known as Satmya. Satmya is, but if you come over from Karnataka to Kashmir, then you want to change over your food, it should be gradually changed over. If you're coming from India to US, then gradually food changes should take place suitable for the country that you're migrated to. So some examples of what is not compatible based on the taste. So salt and milk should not be combined together and taken. And fish and milk. I've been trying to find out which community, which country uses fish and milk together. You have so many other non-compatible food based on the taste, based on the after effects, based on the ultimate changes that happen inside the digestive system. Radish and milk, beans and different sorts of milk, yogurt should not be consumed because it is of different taste and after effects. Hot and cold, when and why? See, during Panchakarma, we always say detoxification. We always say that hot water should be given. But if you are drinking hot tea and rinse your mouth with cold water, or you take a hot bath, you go for a shower, or you expose yourself to sunbathing and then come back and take chilled drinks. So this could be a variation in circulation and it could cause problems. So you need to be cautious about the temperature of food that you consume immediately, one after the other. Then you have Latvian food. So these are the Latvian delicacies. So what is the taste? What is the effect? What is the after effect? You need to understand. But rye bread and the different sort of yogurt, you have colored yogurt, you have flavored yogurt. you have lots of non-vegetarian delicacies that Latvians enjoy, and you have food, you must remember, is less powerful, but medicines are more powerful. And we have to consider when we prescribe medicines that medicines are more powerful than food. So we have variations in medicine. Why not in medicine? So Kramaviruddha. Kramaviruddha is how to eat, where to eat, why not to eat on a street, why not to eat in places like this that you see, though it is a street food has become a very it is in vogue. People think that eating on street is good, eating on street is enjoyable, but it is very important to see how you eat, who are seeing you while you're eating, like people who could have nothing to eat and they could be seeing what you eat. So all that also matters. And how you eat and stand and eat. Watching TV while eating. Watching TV wherein you have fierce fighting going on. It could be overindulgence. That is also viruddha. How much you could eat based on how much you really need. What are the calories that you need? So overeating is also viruddha. Or not eating. Autophagy or fasting in irregular ways is also advised against. So you could be a sumo wrestler, you could be any wrestler, you could be a farmer based on your appetite. How good is your appetite and how many calories you really need, or all the things that also come under Agni Viruddha. Then Desha Viruddha is a very important topic in non-compatibility. So Indians in USA, Europe, Antarctica, other planets, based on where you live, from where you have migrated, gradually you need to give up uh, Indian food and cautiously, carefully adopt food of the place where you have migrated. And you should remember that moderation is the key. Ayurveda is global, it is futuristic. It tells you how and why food is so important as per the region, season, climate, health condition. Everything needs to be considered in Desha Viruddha. Is if your life you have been a vegetarian, be an elephant. If you want to take up um, olive oil, do it gradually. Uh, Climate dictates, but it again dictates how carefully, slowly you should do it. Let us all be humans first and then an American or an Indian. We need to understand how we need to change food habits. Kala Viruddha. Mangoes and coconuts in cold country. Everywhere, every time it is imported. So, based on season, people were growing melons or mangoes and all that. But today, genetic modification says that we get kiwi, strawberries in India, we get mangoes and coconuts in Latvia, asparagus and leeks all around the year, melons, papaya, pineapple from tropical countries to Arctic areas. So, because the world has become a global village, we have so many issues to be thought over. So, oranges, mandarins, avocados from Spain. What is there in New York? New York gets everything thanks to technology, thanks to the economic condition, all that. Then Satmya Viruddha. You have been eating rice all your life. So switching over to millets, switching over to buckwheat, switching over to ragi or rye bread or African fufu or sushi. You have lot of continental food. Eating continental food, Chinese food, Italian pizza, you have all this. But you have to remember, was your genes capable of digesting it? Was it what you have been used to? So that is Satmya Viruddha. American pasta. You have been eating rice all your life, and if you switch over immediately to pasta, what could happen? So you need to understand that is Satmya Viruddha. Then you have Agni Viruddha. People have by birth a very strong appetite, and that is Tikshna Agni. So people who have good appetite, like mm, and Samagni, this baby is very happy because all the time the normal appetite is there, whereas this baby has Vishamagni or Tikshnagni. All the time it is hungry. This baby is having Mandagni, could be sleeping more, but without understanding what is your Agni, if you go on eating or if you don't eat, that is not good for maintaining good health. So Agni, Koshta, we have so many things, Koshta Viruddha. So if you are thin and take huge amount of castor oil, then it is going to not help you. Whereas you are obese, you are a Kapha Prakriti person, and you drink less castor oil. Or you have to think what is your Koshta. Koshta is basically to understand what is your, if you have a different sort of food, if you take lot of dairy products and you have purgation, it could be that you are um, Mrudu Koshta person. Koshta is the digestive system is not capable of taking everything. So Koshta Viruddha is based on that you need to give the medicines. People with Mrudu Koshta could have lot of purgations while taking antibiotics. And people who are Krura Koshta could have a bigger um, need for a huge purgation. So based on that, Koshta Viruddha. Then you have Parihara Viruddha. Some people take a lot of coffee and then immediately take uh, curd rice. Or you could be taking different tastes like this kid. Or it is a trend today to have uh, alwa, which is hot, and on top of it, you have ice cream. You call ice cream fudge. You have something hot and immediately follow it with something cold. So this immediate variation could cause problems in your digestive system. Then Hridaya Viruddha, that which is not good to see, that which is fallen down, that which is rotting, that which is not a happy sight, then that food is Hridaya Viruddha. You should not consume that type of food. Then these foods which are like garlic and milk, radish and milk, and basil and milk. So these are the things that Ayurveda says not to be combined. We have pomegranate juice and um, different berries, cranberry, carrot, and pineapple. You have different types of juices which cannot be combined and taken because it has an impact on not only your digestive system, it could also have an impact if you are a patient on as an antihypertensive, anti-diabetic, statins, analgesics, and antipsychotic drugs. So interaction with fruits and vegetable juices. So it should be in limitation. You should not thrive only on juices. Moderation is the key. Drinking excessive cups of tea based on the climate, tea could be different. It could be a lot of spices in winter, less spices in summer, or just milk and tea based on the climate. So, green tea. You have so many choices. You have to be mm, careful. Then we have examples like what is sweet, what is sour, what is salt, what is pungent, what is bitter, what is astringent. Sambar powder or making curry in India could have all the 6 tastes. Honey is sweet, but at the end it could be astringent. Myrobalan, like amla, is having all 6 tastes except salt. Garlic has all 6 tastes except salt. Um, you have to find out what is the Panchamahabhuta constituencies so that you can eat much better. Then if you are in the desert area and start drinking lot of um, alcoholic drinks, if you are in cold weather and start eating freezed food, like you enjoy ice cream on a winter day, when it is snowing, that definitely has an impact on your health. What to eat at night, how much to eat at night. Eating at midnight when your appetite is not good, when you are not really supposed to be eating, then or you eat too much or you eat a lot of curds, then it is going to uh, have an impact on your digestive system. You can see here lot of people going around with their mobiles, watching mobile too much. Nothing too much is advised in Ayurveda. Then meat, is meat, all meat same? It has protein, vitamins, fat. You have kangaroo meat in Australia. You have lamb everywhere. You have camel, pig, snail meat, eel. You can think of what is the meat that is not available in which part of the country. It is the civilization or economic booms that we see that people could be eating everything available on earth. So what happens if you eat viruddhahar? It could result in blindness, impotency, various skin disease, mental ailments, respiratory disturbances. So we need to say no to viruddhahara. Let us see what is happening in US, because it is a country with latest technology, latest research in medicine. But why is cancer increasing? Risk factors such as highly processed foods, sugary beverages, obesity, type 2 diabetes, sedentary lifestyle. So it has increased. And NIH, the National Institute of Health, says that arthritis, rheumatology, autoimmune conditions have all increased. Allergies have increased. So what you are eating and what you're thinking is also very important. Then Indian food varies state-wise. So you can see that it is not same food in India. It depends on so many factors. Then you have very tasty food, but you need to consume that less. Then you have a very important topic, that is global alcoholic drinks. You see that each country has got different alcoholic beverages, and most of the time people take a lot of alcoholic beverages followed by food to pair with alcohol. How safe? Lot of non-vegetarian, highly fried, pungent, strong flavors, salts and spices. These are all according to Ayurveda, not compatible. It is going to cause dehydration faster. It is going to cause problems in the digestive system faster. Then you have Avastha Viruddha. You are very fond of adventure sport. You are fond of excessive activities, and then activities based on that could increase your dosha. So Vata Pitta Kapha, and that is going to result in a lot of health issues. So IBS in US has been increasing. Then skin problems. So we need to think why skin burden is 84% million Americans are having this, because we don't give a thought as to what we are eating. Liver transplant has been increasing in US, and 17,000 patients of liver are on the waiting list to get liver transplant. So we need to take care of how we live. The liver depends upon the liver. Are we overlooking the food factors? Male infertility, male fertility is declining. So increased rates of obesity, poor diet, and exposure to environmental toxins. Ayurveda has been considering all this and speaks about how food should be conducive to the body and the mind and the Atma. So, age-related macular degeneration, glaucoma, retinal retinopathies are all increasing. So, we have the best medicines, we have the best super specialty hospitals, but why these diseases are increasing is a thought we really need to ponder over. Who are not affected by Viruddhahar? There are people who are not affected. Youth who are healthy in every way, and who has great appetite, healthy appetite, who does follow routine, suitable exercise, great stamina. Great stamina includes physically, mentally, spiritually. You need to be very healthy. So migraine can be prevented. Ayurveda and yoga solutions could be helpful, because 39 million people in US have migraine. So migraine is also due to lot of Viruddhahara. Viruddhahara management. Yes, after listening to all this Viruddhahara, we could be getting scared. Where are we leading to? So rules and regulations, Panchakarma detoxification as per the season, Dinacharya, Rutucharya, Panchakarma, and the supervision of a experienced Vaidya helps you overcome all this. It is better late than never. Meditation instead of medication. We will see if meditation could be helpful and it could replace medication. Say no to drugs, say yes to yoga. Dinacharya, Rutucharya, Sadvrutta. These are all the topics that we need to focus more upon. And before I can end up, I am welcome to more of discussion after the presentation. Thank you a lot.
Hello.
Yes, doctor.
So this is a full-scale
Namaste, sir.
Ayurvedic presentation. Professor Priyadarsini is here. Please address your questions to her.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Rao, for bringing in Professor Priyadarsini. It's really good to know. She's a visiting professor and with a lot of advice and suggestion and knowledge she provided us here today. So I know Ayurveda is very spread in India, but not as much as in the USA. Professor, I had just one question as we were going along, as you were explaining everything, that you said something about not drinking or eating cold over hot or hot over cold. And you mentioned something kind of reaction or some kind of problem in digestive system. So every time we go to restaurants, especially American restaurants, we are used to eating hot meals with orange juice, and once you finish it, we are having a hot coffee, tea. So is it advisable? Would it be harmful to our body?
That's a very important question, sir. Usually it is done, but it is not to be done. Because we are not aware of what happens to the body, it might not immediately show up something. So we assume that it is fine to do that. But the temperatures which vary too much, the body has to get used to it immediately, the hot and the cold. So we think, yes, we can do it. It's no harm. We like it. We want to do it. It is something different, but it is not usually good in the long run. So it is always best to prevent this immediate exchange of hot and cold. So it is advisable not to do that. See, especially with regard to eye and the heart and periphery, where the circulation, the blood vessels are too thin, capillaries are more, then we find that capillaries have a huge impact when there is immediate change in the hot and the cold. So capillaries are something which we don't see immediately, but in the long run, it has an impact. So it is advisable never to do that. Slowly, we should give it up.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I'll keep it in my mind. I will try to avoid it now. And we are happy and glad and delighted to see people like you are much more taking a part into Ayurvedic medication and everything. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Dr. Priyadarsini,
yes.
I have a quick question. I believe I heard that you suggesting that you should continue your diet how you were raised to. And nowadays, there are people, this is a very general question, but it is affecting, in fact, some relatives. Nowadays, people are suggesting to go to vegetarian. So if you're raised, my question is, if you're raised on a meat all your life, and at age of 24 or 25 or 35, you decided to go to vegetarian option, is that something they're harming their body, or they should go on they should incorporate the vegetables along with the meat, but they should continue with the meat? What is your advice?
Yes. That is what we say as Okasatmya. Okasatmya is how you gradually make the change. There are people who are all the life they're non-vegetarians, and they immediately give it up and go over to vegetarianism, or what is today known as a vegan diet, or different types of diet. So that is not advisable. If you want to do that, do it gradually. Don't give up what you have been eating all your life. So it should be a gradual transition, then it's fine.
Got it. And now the one more question is, it's okay with you, I have, is that I grew up on, in Gujarat, Vadodara, like a dal pasta roti, regular dal. We never had the grains like quinoa or amaranth or buckwheat, any of those. I don't think so. But now with all the studies coming out, they say introduce those things to yourself because those are more, health benefits. Is that right? Or we should continue with our regular guju uh, diet,
Your regular diet is fine. Only thing is, you want to make a transition, it should be gradual. Yes, millets are good, quinoa are good, buckwheat is good, but how soon you want to make the change, how soon you want to make the transition is how your body can adjust. It should be a very gradual transition. It should not be immediate. You know it is good and you give up a whole, all your lifetime practices and change over immediately is not advisable.
right? I don't know if people may have more questions, so I let people work. I have very final one question. I think it will apply to everyone. So I will wait until the end. So, but thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I have one question about the honey. It should not be used in hot water. If we use honey lemon, how should we use honey?
Yes, usually people think that honey with hot water and lemon will reduce weight, but it is not what every day you have been using. So it is warm water or room temperature water is fine, not hot water. Hot water and honey should be avoided. You can take it in warm water or room temperature water with honey and lemon juice.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Don't
Thank you.
heat it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I have a question, please. I have been eating Indian food like roti, dal, chawal, vegetables, but suddenly you change to that quinoa and things like that. You don't get the satisfaction. It does help the body. If you are satisfied, you are happier. And if you eat that, I mean, it's not that I don't like it, but I wouldn't want to change over to that. I would prefer the food which I've eaten. Like, till my age, I've been eating that, and then suddenly you want to change. It is not, I don't feel happy with that. So, what do you do to that?
See, why do people eat? People need to eat to have satisfaction, to be very happy after a meal. And this should be a very gradual transition. It should not be immediately you give up all your food habits and switch over to millets and quinoa and these type of food habits. Let it be a very gradual transition, like say maybe once a month and then gradually twice a month, then thrice a month. So it should go on like that, and it should still be okay for you to start like that and make it 4 times a week also. It should be gradual.
All right.
Then it's
Thank you so
fine.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have one question, ma'am. Thanks for the great information about panchakarma. How to go about it? What is that?
Panchakarma is detoxification, like you have seasonal cleansing. Cleansing, it will involve Vamana, Virechana, Basti. So Vamana is you have to throw out your toxins which get involved, get accumulated in your body. So as per the season, next in April, I have been asked to deliver a talk exactly on detoxification in Nehru Center in UK. So I will be sharing the link for people who are interested to know more about detoxification, because that is a very important uh, topic wherein you can be rejuvenated body and mind, and it would be very, very appropriate for people to understand what is detoxification, especially the seasonal detoxification, and how it is going to help you and why it should be done under supervision only, because that also has a lot of pharmacovigilance topics, issues that you need to understand before going and getting Panchakarma done.
Okay, thank you.
So can we see it? I mean, will it come on Zoom? We would like to see it.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. It will be on YouTube, and I will be sharing the link to Professor Srinivas Rao, and I think it will reach all of you.
That would be great. Yes. Yeah.
Very soon, it will be in April. So they have already announced, and it has already been put up on YouTube. So you should be able to check that out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
But both for seniors and young children, eating food is not that easy, and their appetite is also not that high. So what kind of foods you suggest that they should be adapting to so that their Agni is maintained well?
Not by drinking a lot of juices. Any fruit juice or vegetable juice is first way to reduce your Agni. So people who are wanting to reduce their weight are all put on juices. So that is not the right way to do it. But food which is easy to digest, like what you have been saying about khichdi, probably everybody knows what is khichdi.
Yeah.
Khichdi is the food that usually in India it is given to people who are not feeling very well, very healthy. And then maybe gruel, different types of ganji or porridge like. So that's also advisable. And food which is quantity wise, quality wise also should be regulated as per the child or the senior citizen. So you have puffed rice, you have green gram, you have um, food that is what you have been used to all your life. All these millets can be heavy. For example, ragi can be heavy for people who have never been eating ragi. So quinoa and all that also should be very gradually increased. It should be mixed with vegetables and ghee, and it could be taken. The transition helps a lot. It should be a very gradual, but um, systematic transition. Then it helps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else have any questions? Please unmute yourselves.
Yeah.
As
I do
Yes.
have a question, Doctor. Nowadays, wherever you go, in a party or wherever, mostly they serve the Punjabi food and like a wedding or whatever, and you're eating 4 or 5 days continuously outside, frozen food made by the restaurant, served over there, who knows what you're eating. How do you detoxify yourself after those putting in your body, because you may be following the diet for months and all of a sudden everything goes to the drain, you know? So how do we detoxify ourselves from there?
This is a very, very important question because it has an impact on a lot of people who go out. Invariably, you have to go. Sometimes it is not under your control. So you have to go out and eat and all that. But moderation is the key word there. You have to limit yourself to what you have been offered. Just because it is a party and just because people are looking at you and all that peer pressure happens in every age. So you have to understand how much your digestive system can take it. You think that this is enough, then stop it. So that is the first thing that you need to do. Then the other thing is, after coming back home, if you can avoid one more meal in the night, or if you can skip a meal next day, that should help a lot. Then taking ginger, if you're not on a lot of medication, ginger helps a lot. Ginger water, yes, a small bit of ginger with either jaggery or with salt could be very good to improve your digestion and take care of whatever you have been doing all these days. Apart from that, one time fasting is also advised so that your digestive system gets a rest. Usually we say Ekadasi is good. Ekadasi Upavasa means not just fasting or not just reducing your food. It also means you have to go nearer to God. Like you have to understand that everything is not under your control. There are some things which are not under your control. So you ask for divine help. You have to become more uh, going towards spiritual help. Then this helps. Reducing food intake after a week of gorging or snacking inevitable and you have to do it, then this is going to help. Apart from that, you can still be only on liquid diet with a limited capacity. Then you can have only fruit or only very light diet, which can be easily digested. Then that helps a lot. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much. I truly appreciate. Yes, thank you.
So what is sama? I eat sama on Thursdays because I fast. I cannot go empty stomach because I get acidity. So I eat sama. I make sama like a sama, like upama type and eat it. So is it good?
Yes, it is good. So how long you have been eating sama? You can gradually increase
Many
it.
years actually. On Thursdays I fast, but fast in the sense I eat one meal at night, but daytime I can take fruit or something to eat. I never used to eat before, but then I'm getting a lot of acidity if I'm eating only fruit or something. So I make sama and I eat. I've been eating
That's
for
very good.
years,
That's
many
very good.
years.
So what you could do is you could add some vegetable along with sama. So if it is what you are going to add some spices like upuma, then you could add vegetables. If it is a sweet dish that you are going to make, you could add some uh, pineapple or apple or whatever sweet fruit you could add to that and you could eat it. Sama is good so that you don't go without any food. So limiting sama but eating it is good because you
Yeah,
have already been eating it since long.
yeah,
It is fine. You have already, your body has already got used to it. So it's
yeah.
fine.
I make in that upama, like I put curry patta and jeera and
Oh,
things
great.
like
Very good. Very good.
that.
Curry patta is something. Apart from that, you could add
Yes, I do
coriander
that.
powder.
Yeah.
So that is going to see that your acidity doesn't increase.
All right. Thank
Adding
you.
coriander helps a lot. And
Thank
curry leaves is very good for your pancreas and your liver. So it's all good things that it's fine.
Thank you so
Hello,
much. Thank you.
this is Anasuya. I have a question. What is the
Yes.
place of nuts and dry fruits in our diet? And when is the best time and form to take it? And how much?
Oh, that's a very, very important question because uh, nuts are part of our life from long. You could be taking almonds, you could be taking uh, mm, badam. It's all very good, but let it be in limitation. If you're taking almonds and raisins, it could be soaked, could be taken early in the morning, empty stomach, because it also needs time for digestion. So it could be taken early in the morning. That is advisable. We always advise that badam, almonds could be taken along with fennel and mm, uh, pepper. and that's very good for your vision. It helps immensely in improving your vision. So almonds in a bigger quantity and less quantity of pepper and fennel. It could be powdered and it could be taken every day as a drink. So that helps a lot.
Thank you very much.
I have a question. I am making sira, but I'm using in that for sweet dates, khajur.
Okay.
Is it good?
Yes, it is good. That too, if you are, especially if you are diabetic, you could definitely.
No, I'm not diabetic.
Okay. No, in case somebody who is listening is a diabetic and they want to eat dates, that is fine. Date sugar is fine. It doesn't increase your blood sugar, and dates are fine. It's having a lot of nutrition. So the previous question also, the person who asked the previous question also could be using dates. Dates are good, but not lot of dates which are soaked into honey or sugar syrup. So we have different types of dates. You have to see what type of dates you get. You could have dates which are dry, dates which are soaked into different parts of different syrups. So if it is date which is without being soaked into syrups, then it's fine. You could add it
Yeah,
to, and it adds to your syrup quantity and quality.
yeah. But in that dates, I mixer in mixer. I use then I keep in sira and nuts.
Oh
Is
yes,
it
oh yes.
okay? Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
Do you add
Okay.
ghee to that? If you can add ghee, that will be very good. Ghee is supposed to be good. And Nunam krutva ghrutam pibe. That is, even if you have to take loan to buy ghee, it's good because omega-3 fatty acids you can get in ghee. And for vegetarians and for people of senior citizen age, they should take ghee as much as they can digest. Not much, very little, but every day. That would be good for the brain to be working very well.
You mean for dates, right?
Yes.
Thank you. But
Yeah.
you told her about ghee. Can we take butter instead if we don't have ghee at home?
You heat it up, it becomes butter, butter becomes ghee.
Yes, I know that.
Not exactly like that, but butter is not ghee. All dairy products have different quality. So it is better to heat up the butter and make it into of ghee and then use it.
All right, thank you. That's great. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes.
sorry, I have one small question about olive oil for cooking, which is omega-3 in that. So this it's good for the overall health. So we can means continue cooking for every day. We can use olive oil for cooking, or some
Yes.
people are asking, telling about sarson oil also. Mustard oil also is good. So what should we mix it or?
See, mustard oil is totally different. Olive oil is totally different.
Yeah,
What
means
what
sometimes.
oil you have been using all your life is very important.
Oh,
So olive oil is not having a lot of taste. It is
yeah.
um, not going to increase too much of your pitta, whereas mustard oil is going to increase your pitta. So everything,
Okay.
whether you use olive oil or mustard oil, do it with a keyword that I have already told you. Don't
Okay.
overuse. Let it
Okay.
be very less.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people have been using ghee. Some people have been using coconut oil. According
Yeah,
to
I am
the
using coconut oil. Coconut oil in everything.
Mhm.
Is it good?
You have been using it all your life?
No, nowadays, just a few months, last 6 months, I started. And it's not taste good, but coconut oil is light, right? Which oil is better?
Coconut oil is supposed to be very good in people who are into Alzheimer's or who have a little bit of um, forgetting things. So these type of people are advised to take uh, coconut oil. But we would not advise coconut oil for everybody. Again, it depends on what you have been using all your life. So gradually you can increase your coconut oil, not all at once.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You.
She
Thank you.
really coming
Thank you
to
so
India,
much. It was really
coming to India home and answering so patiently to our all seniors. Thank you. We appreciate your service.
Yes.
Very nice presentation. We enjoyed.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Actually, now I am in Latvia. So now it is 6 o'clock in Latvia evening. So it's a pleasure meeting all of you, and thank you for joining and having interesting questions. So it could also be that you could mail me if you have personal questions also, and I could answer it when time permits.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Definitely
Thank
we
you
will
very much.
Hopefully.
Sorry, we can get your contact information, right?
I
Thank
think
you
I had
very much.
put my mail ID,
Thank you, Doctor.
or you could ask
I'm posting it in the chat.
Professor.
Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, that's good. That's very nice of you.
Happy Holi.
Same to you.
Yeah.
Happy Holi.
Thank you.
Let the life of everybody be full of colors and full of
Yes.
joy, perfect health, and happiness. Wishing all of you all
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.